Hello guys, so I'm making this video to explain how to assemble the 3D stocks that I have. So I will take as an example the most complex one, which is the battery extended for AR, DMR and classic M4 buffer stocks. So for this one in particular, you will need to print 4 parts, which is the main body of the stock, the cheek adjuster, the cheek adjuster like this, and butt adjuster, and to finalize the battery cap. Okay, so those are the 4 main parts. I have some extras, but those are completely up to you, which are related with the S-adjuster screws to be easier to manipulate on the field if you want, or if you don't feel the need to use, let's just say, permanent screws like those. So I basically give you those flexible options. So so looking at the main part, I will explain later in the video. So you will have 2 main options. One which will include the option for the heat inserts, like those, or like these. Or there is another STL file that do not use those heat inserts in case you don't have a soldering iron. So you can use just regular nuts that are nice and tight, but I recommend to super glue them because they will be exposed in here and in not in here, but on the inside. You can put it with your finger and then basically screw the screw from the outside. So going further into that, so other than the 3D prints, what do you need? Do you need 2 M5 screws and 2 M5 nuts or heat inserts? Again, depends on the STL you choose. You will need 2 M4 screws with at least 30 millimeters length, 2 M4 nuts, and an extra M4 screw. And again, as I said, and for the main holding screw, you can use the STL of the nut or the heat insert. The explanation that I will give will be related with the heat inserted ones. Okay. To make those easy handle adjustments on the part, so I recommend to use, or at least to purchase, the standard 4 millimeters and 5 millimeters screws with X head. For the M5s, I actually purchased this version, the 15 millimeters long. However, I will trim them down up to 7 to 8 millimeters because will be the screw that will be holding the cheek adjuster. So it does not need to be that long. So 7 to 8 millimeters, it's enough. After that, I will glue this cap to be easier to adjust in game, or if you don't like that, you can just use fixed screws like this that will basically keep it stable during the game. And if you do not anticipate the need of the adjustment on the cheeks, but again, that's up to you. Regarding with the butt adjustment, so for this version in particular, I used the the extended battery stock. So I have the need, at least in the end and in the beginning, to access this port to be able to place and remove the battery. So it's nice to have a easy adjustment on this part. Otherwise, I cannot change the battery or plug the battery. You will need to make or to place the nuts first. So what I recommend is actually to put to the buttstock to avoid any extra pressure, and then with some screws, basically like this and like this, and tighten the nuts in here. So, and to make sure that they'll fit on the right position, basically you hold it with your finger and tighten from this hand to make sure that it goes inside nice and smooth. So I recommend to place the buttstock during this process because it will not bend the interior. Okay, so if for some reason from printing defect or something like that, you will make sure that it will not bend or break or wherever. So this one is exactly the same. It stays right to the edge. So as you can see from those screws, I use the same length, so one will be more exposed than the other. Now, again, this is one of the options. If you want a fixed screw, you can use it like this. What I do is basically I use my already pre-glued part like this. Okay, done. This one as well. And as you can see, the 30 millimeters and the 25 millimeters stay right on the edge of the surface. If I want to simulate what I would do in a regular day, I will basically unscrew this and screw this, push it out, place a battery inside. So this is a regular 111 volt battery from Bluemax. So I will put it right like this. As you can see, my finger still goes about 2-3 centimeters inside. So I would connect to the battery. I would just cover the wires and then place the cap, and nice and done. Now let's talk about the cheeck adjustment. So the cheeck adjustment is basically gives me the freedom to adjust full compact like this, or about 12 millimeters higher in here. So I have added this texture to this surface that will basically combine with this extruded feature that I have here. So basically will allow me to use several steps of adjustment as far as I want. Okay. So, but for that, I have to have some holding screw. So in this solution, I will use these heat inserts. For that, I will need also the soldering iron. Again, there is one version that you can actually use the nuts instead of the heat inserts if you don't want. In my opinion, it's more it's nicer to have the heat inserts. You can buy a kit like this by €5, €6 from eBay or any other site like that, and will give you another look to your part, honestly, instead of having just the regular nuts. So without further talk, I will start heating up my soldering iron and I will insert it. Let's try if the soldering iron is warm enough. So I really recommend not to, depends on the soldering iron you get, I really recommend to not over heat it, otherwise you might lose control on the speed that you want when inserting the heat insert. So it's already warm enough, nice and slow, and this one it's done. On the meantime, I will place the harder one to put, which is basically the M4 heat insert that will go in here, and I will not have the advantage of going right from the top. I have to do it from the side, so will be harder to make it aligned, but again, nice and smooth. Have some, yeah, it's a bit of soldering. Yeah, so just like this. Yeah, good enough. So while this one cools down, I already have those cool down, so let's make a trial. So I'll place my cheek adjuster and then use my pre-glued screws. And now let's adjust it according with the height that I want. Like this, like this, like this, or like this. Really nice, really flexible according what you want, because the features basically fit perfectly over each other. So now I just need to tighten it, and the sizes of the adjusters are important. So for here, I really don't need to put much stress, just enough to hold it, because the texture that I have does not allow it to move unless you make really strong touch on this, which from your face is not very healthy. But in this, as you will push against your shoulder, so in here you actually have to put some stress over the screws, so to make sure that if you have any strength applied in there, it doesn't move. And again, if you want to have access to the battery, you still have it. Okay. Last, for M4 screw, which cannot be longer than 18 millimeters, otherwise you will not be able to screw it like this. This is one of those that if you want to make it permanent, you don't need the print this cap or whatsoever, because it will basically be all the time there. So I like to be flexible, so I actually have this cap as well, the smaller one, for this scenario. So showing this M14, which already has this stock. It's out, and let me put the battery inside. So first, if I want to go slimmer, I have this version of the stock, which is, in my opinion, is really good looking. I like to use it on my AK and my key CO2. So that's not this one. I have also this with the possibility of the cheek adjustment, not the butt adjustment, unless you make it hard way like this, something like that. So for this model I have two options. I have the full hidden model, and I have the exposed cheek adjustment model. You have options, so print wherever you want or wherever you like the most. But on this particular case, I will show you how the extended battery works. So let me put it, as you can see, nice and smooth. All tolerances fit nicely, so I like to have it like 1 finger away from the buffer tube. Here it goes, and perfect. Nice and smooth. Here it is. So on my MK14, I actually do not have the need of any cheek adjustment, so I keep it like full bottom, like this, and again battery. So okay, extend it to the maximum, place the battery inside, get to main connector. Okay, now there is enough room for a lot of wires, so as you can see my fingers go really far. So cap, and just this little click and it's done. So now I just have to hold this at my fixed length. So here it is, and fix this one as well. And if everything goes right, awesome, safety. So now, how to finalize? As you can see from the other models, this one is too shiny and it needs some finishing in the surface. So I really recommend to use black matte paint. I really like this one in particular, the ultra flat black from Krylon. And if it's my opinion, it's any use, I really like the finish that this does to the parts, so it doesn't change that much from the original color of the replica. So yeah, so this is my explanation video. I hope you liked. I hope it makes you more comfortable when deciding if you really want the files or not. So if you have any doubt, please just ping me. I will try to help you as much as I can. So cheers.